only person anywhere nearby. And she saw the ghost too, as clear as day. Wait, that's it? But what about the round face I saw in there? This is... that copper mirror. It means a lot to me, so if you could be careful with it.
Understood. How long has this been here?
I used to use it all the time, but it was put in here after we received the envoy's gifts. That face is... I must admit, it resembles my late mother. Maybe she got angry because I stopped using the mirror she wanted me to have. And this is her punishing me. There we go. All better now.
Are you finished, mistress?
Yeah, thanks, dude. Man, bro. I've seen that face before. I made lunch for Kuze to repay him for helping me in the debate, but where is he? I've looked everywhere. Yeah, she must have been disappointed catching you alone with 2 other girls. This is it, bro. Booby booty, grabby free girl.
Keep that in your head!
Time for otaku improv, my fellow pervs. Today, if you hypnotize 2 smoking hotties, what should be the first command you should give to your new toy?
Mental age regression?
Make them totally unrestrained and take off their gloves. I don't know how to explain.
Let me make sure. Let's see. Is this thing... Do you hear me or do you hear something else?
I hear you.
Okay, just me. Okay, I had to turn my fan on because it's over. Because sometimes when I do these things, my computer starts overheating, so I have to turn on. So I have to turn on the fan. I'm using the gaming laptop.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, I guess we can go ahead and get this thing started. So, nice to meet you. I'm Phil, so host of the Conversation Podcast. So, as y'all can see, I'm using my new microphone I got today. So, going to take that out for a test drive. So, I have a special guest with me here tonight. Who is introduce yourself? Who's Reshel Mae I'm talking to this evening?
Hello, my name is Reshel Mae, and I'm a voice actor for film, theater, voiceover, but you may recognize me for all of my Crunchyroll titles.
I can tell. Listen, I tried to make sure I watched a few episodes of Apothecary Diaries just to make sure I get a fresh perspective. Now I want to get more into it.
Yeah, for sure.
So can't wait to see what happens when I get a few more episodes in. Now, before we get started, let's start with a little bit of an icebreaker. I want to do a little bit of an icebreaker. So I want to ask you something very, very special. You know, I've seen a lot of voice actors these days who be dyeing their hair, like Kara Buckler and Kaylee Mills. Have you ever considered dyeing your hair or something? Make yourself look like an anime girl?
Well, maybe not full-on color. Not recently, but for my 24th birthday, 2 years ago, I was like, okay, I'm going to bleach my hair for the first time. So, like, I need to re-dye it. But if you look at my hair, I've, like, bleached it. I need to touch it up because my hair is grown out. This is supposed to be up here.
Okay. Did you have a specific color in mind?
No, I just wanted to do, like, a bleach blonde highlights type of deal. So I just looked up, Pinterest, stuff on Google for inspiration, and I showed the hairstylist. I'm like, can you do this?
Okay. So nothing too crazy, just keeping it simple.
Yeah, like kind of natural looking, nothing too out there.
I can respect that. All right. So after doing a lot of research on you, and I did 2 weeks ago before he announced who I was interviewing next. So I have actually, let me make sure. Actually, instead of 20, I have 25 questions for you.
All right, I'm excited.
So that's 5 bonus ones. So I just thought better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
So there's 5 questions each in each section.
Okay.
So just to make it easy for everybody. So I just had to divide it up. So let's go ahead and get this started. Let's start with section 1, roots and early journey. Now, what first inspired you to pursue voice acting, and what were those early steps like?
Yeah, okay, so I would say my roots and my origins go back to theater. Like the first time I got into acting and performance, it was all theater based. But growing up as a child, I watched anime, played video games, so I was always aware of voiceover as a medium, but it didn't really hit me that that's a route or a career for acting until I got into theater. That's when I got introduced.
Okay. So theater class. Hey, you always got to start theater class. I'll tell you something a little funny, Rochelle. I actually took a theater class, but it was only part of my, non-major kind of stuff. Because
Mhm.
basically, majored in media production and journalism. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh, so this is what these guys are doing when they get into like the big leagues. And it
Mhm.
wasn't really kind of my thing, but I just did it just because I had to have something extra for class.
Mhm.
So,
Does
but
like
I
an
started,
elective?
yeah, it was an elective.
Okay.
So, but I did understand how it all works. And hear from you, it sounds like you enjoy theater.
I did. I get you. It's definitely nerve-wracking at first when you've never been on stage. It's like, oh God, I'm in front of all these people and they're watching me. So it's really like getting used to being on stage and overcoming your stage fright until you start breaking out of your shell and you start getting comfortable with it.
Listen, I was scared. When I was a little kid, I had stage fright. I couldn't do it.
Mhm.
You know, I get to hear, I get to college. I was like, acting really is my thing. I just had to do what I can do because,
Yeah.
just like so many limits on myself that I have to put on myself. I was like,
Mhm.
sure, maybe I could do it, but it's not for me.
Well, I get
No
you.
matter.
Like, yeah, it's not for everyone, but I know like there are some people who were in my theater class and they're like, "Oh no, performance is not my thing. I want to do tech specifically." And I'm like,
Mhm.
"Sweet, someone's got to do tech. We need you."
Yeah. And listen, even with technology and theater, you still get to work with people that you know. Y'all
Hmm.
get to hang out after the set is finished. You want to do
Yeah,
that first. But yeah, listen, it still works itself out. Look at me now. I'm talking to actors now.
there you go.
So it works itself out.
Yeah.
So number two, growing up, were there any stories, shows, or performances that made you fall in love with acting or animation?
I would say specifically for anime, like my favorite all-time anime is Soul Eater. And I remember, Laura Bailey, she's such a titan, a veteran in this industry. Her performance as Maka was so inspiring to me. I was like, wow, I really look up to Laura and I want to get into this field, sort of be like her, make a name for myself.
Mentor, right? You got to have
Yeah,
like some kind of like inspiration or mentor. I've seen
exactly.
so many people. I've seen so many voice actors who like to take about their mentors. One
Hmm.
example, Monica Riel. She's the voice of Bulma for years.
Yeah,
Then you got, Macy Ann Johnson, who just did Pop Stuff on My Hero Academia Vigilantes.
true.
She actually looked up to Monica. So basically, Monica was basically Macy's mentor.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I can't help myself. When I go and research these things, I want to make sure, okay, so now I understand how they
Mhm.
got to this, how they got from point A to point B.
Yeah.
Like, and I know, I don't know if you have a mentor, but I know you had some kind of inspiration that made
Hmm.
you feel like this is something that I want to do for a
Hmm.
lifetime.
Yeah. Like I went the traditional route. So like I went to school, I went to community college, then I went to university, majored in theater. So all of my mentors are theater based. And then I've taken a few voiceover master classes. I've taken one from Andy Field and Chuck Huber. So I'd say those two are my mentors specifically for voiceover.
Okay. Yeah. Never loved Cuba. I actually met him 2 years ago in my hometown.
Hmm.
Very amazing guy.
Mm.
So, um, now, number three, this is going to be an important one because thing is, ever since I talked to the previous voice actors, I'm starting to get into deep questions and ask about you guys' heritage because I want to understand and
Yeah.
everything about y'all. How has your heritage and cultural background shaped your perspective as a storyteller?
Hmm. Okay, so for me, I grew up Filipino household, born and raised in America. So we have like a mix of assimilation and some traditional aspects of like Filipino customs. I will say the only impact that I've had would be like from my family. My Asian people will highly relate to this. Theater performance and acting was not the career choice, if that makes sense. It's like the push for me growing up was either medical field, law school, or some sort of medical field, like a nurse or a doctor, surgeon. So when I came home and I was like, I want to be an actor, it was chaos.
I could tell. Like, don't listen, Rochelle. Don't let people put strings on you. If you want to do acting, I say go for it.
This
Knock
is
it
true.
out. And it's like, I know with many people who live in different households, like there's always like some kind of like, restrictions or backstory that make you feel like, you can't do this.
Hmm.
But do you understand to the point where it's like, oh no, 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 no. You can't tell me what I can or cannot do with my life. I
Exactly.
chose this for myself, and I want to make sure I'm successful at it.
Exactly.
Look at you now.
It's like, yeah, you're passionate about something, you gotta fight for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to fight for it. Like, don't tell anyone that you can't do something, because I had to face with a similar fact. Now, I was bullied in elementary school to high school. I was, you know, got punched in the face too. It was a horrible time, but that didn't stop me from doing what I have to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know,
Keep
I
on.
don't have,
Don't
you know,
judge
I didn't let the scars take over my life. So, yeah,
exactly. And
just,
you grow from it.
yeah, and look at me now. I'm talking to you guys because if I would have told myself like when I was like young at 8 years old that I'll be talking to voice actors at some point, he would freak out.
You'd be like, what do you mean? That's so cool.
Exactly. So we get to hear now, and it's really amazing. Number 4, were there any creative influences from your family or community that still guide your approach today?
Let me think about this one. Because now that I'm thinking about it, I think I'm one of the only few people in my family that have gone a creative route. Maybe me and one other cousin. I think one other cousin is pursuing dance and art, like fine art, like drawing, sketching, painting. So I found that inspiring growing up.
That works. You know,
They-
painting. And you were a
Yeah.
painter. You wanted to paint.
I did. I took a painting class in high school. And that was the one time I worked with acrylic paints, and then every now and then I'll pick up those paint by number canvases, and I'm like, this is fun.
Ooh. I was going to say, do you still paint stuff today, or no, or?
Yeah, mostly paint by number, I would say, or some casual, something easy, nothing that I sketch myself. Not since high school, at least.
Oh, okay. So it's just kind of, man, I'll do it when I feel like it.
Yeah.
Pretty much that seems. I also say you could be a good painter. I was like, she looks like she can paint.
Yeah.
Does she look like she can paint or something?
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
I was going to say, like, you can just go back to it at any time.
Yeah.
So
it's like I got my paintbrushes somewhere. I got my canvases in a box.
Because one thing I learned, Reshel, is that most of you guys have other hobbies besides just voice acting. Like, did you see Demon Slayer Alex Lee? He's an artist. Did you see the Did you see the costume he had for the world premiere?
Yeah,
that was insane. I was like, he did this.
So he designed.
Oh Lord, I gotta shut up and pay attention. Like, you know, I started nerding out, just be jealous a little bit. And I was like, oh man. Oh well, look at me. I'm doing my own thing. He got his own thing. I'm doing my thing. But yes, he did that by himself. Like he had no help at all. I was like, oof, that's a lot of flames.
Or what I will find is like entertainers who carry other hobbies besides, voiceover. It'll also be a hobby within the creative realm still.
Yeah, because I've seen so many people, you got guys like Abby Trott who sings. You got Kaylee Mills, she's a singer. I listened to some of her songs; they were really good.
Nice.
One of these days, I will catch up to them. Well, I met Abby Trott in June, so there. But I just want to talk to them at least once, have a genuine conversation. Just something, give me something, but yeah, they do other things besides just voice acting, and that just got me excited. I was like, there's more to y'all than just voice acting. I mean, like, because I was like, voice acting isn't everything that I do. So, and yeah, it's really exciting. So I hope to see more of that. I don't know what you do outside of voice acting, but you just I don't know. What do you do outside of voice acting? No creative stuff?
My gosh. Have you heard of this place called Activate?
Yeah.
Yes, I love. Wait, where are you based, if you don't mind?
I'm on the East Coast in Georgia.
East Coast in Georgia. Okay, I didn't know how many places there are or how many locations Activate has, but I love going there on my days off. It's like a video game and going to the gym at the same time. I can never see myself going to the gym, but if you put me in Activate, I'll run around in circles.
Okay. That sounds like fun. I might have to look that up or something.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
Look it
fine.
up.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
it's not VR, it's like AR, augmented reality. So you get to interact with the space and they have different rooms that do different things.
Okay. That's cool. That's cool stuff.
Hmm.
Shoot. But yeah, every time I be looking at y'all, I was like, yeah, they doing all kinds of amazing things. I need to talk to them. Just at least
Now
one
here we are.
time. Yeah, just one time. I'm sorry. I'm just jealous and I'm just laughing at the same time. Like, oh, why
You're
can't
good.
why can't I meet? Why is it hard to just meet these guys? Oh well, I'm gonna keep pushing.
Hmm.
So, we're almost at the end of this section, and then we'll be in section 2.
Sure.
Now, looking back, why did I say bat? I'm thinking of Batman. Hold on. Looking back, what was the turning point that made you say, I'm really doing this? This is the path I wanted.
Yes. So at the same time I got into theater in high school, I auditioned for my first ever production. It was called Xanadu. It was the fall musical. And then at that same time I was doing rehearsals, I was online doing online voiceover. That's when I had my Blue Yeti. I plug in my Blue Yeti. I would come home after rehearsals. I would look online for any casting calls, like on Casting Call Club, on Twitter, look for auditions, and record and submit. And rinse and repeat. Go to school the next day, go to rehearsal. And I remember at the end of that production, final bows, you're on stage, light shining on you. And I'm just thinking to myself, wow, this was so satisfying. Nothing will bring me as much joy as putting on a show for all of these people that came out to see us and enjoyed it. I want to keep performing for people.
Mm. Yep, you do want to keep performing. I can tell by all the shows you've been in, everything's been like most exciting. And I was like, yep, she was born to do this. Like everybody's born to do something. I mean, listen, you were born to be a voice actor. I was born to be an independent journalist, podcaster, doing this kind of stuff because
Mhm.
I like telling stories. I like connecting with people, going to different countries. I am trying to go out of the country in the next 2 years.
Oh, nice.
Trying to
Anywhere
do
specific?
well, pretty much we're looking at Japan.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
So
I haven't been there myself.
Say what?
I haven't been there myself, but it's on my bucket list.
You need to go because a lot of those people, those who do anime stuff, they're already going to Japan. I just saw,
Oh.
I'm still trying to get there myself. Listen, my parents only went to Japan in 2008, but that's because my mom had a conference and I was left behind in the States.
Ah, they
So,
left.
but thing is, I'm actually looking for more opportunities over there because especially Tokyo, because Tokyo is known for having expensive toys to play with.
Mhm.
So, thing is, I went back to school. I'm doing cybersecurity. So I just got out of class before I got online with here.
Oh, nice.
I was trying to tell Jay, I was like, dude, I'm calling you because I can't text and drive.
Uh-huh.
So like, shoot, because next thing accident, and yes, and then some idiot decided to cut in front of me while I was talking to him.
Oh.
So people just don't know how to drive. But I'm going off topic. But yeah, I'm just trying to cybersecurity stuff because I know some of the companies they might require cybersecurity. I read an article. I read an article from Toei Animation saying they had to push back the Dragon Ball superhero movie because there is a network intrusion going on in Toei Animation.
Whoa.
So they had to push the film back 2 months, which was June. And then, of course, I had to see it in August, when I had to go back to college for my last year for my senior year. So basically, companies like that, they need people who do cybersecurity stuff to make sure no network intrusions are happening. Because, there's a lot of people who go out of their way to do some kind of stupid thing and try to get stuff they want. But that's not how it works. If y'all come out with a movie, I'm going to be patient. Like, now that I'm learning about you, and now you got the Apothecary Diary season 3 coming out. It's season 3 or it's season 4. I think it's season
3, but it's splitting into 2 cores.
Okay,
with the movie in between. Now, what the movie is, I have no clue.
Now, when the movie comes out, I'm gonna be patient. So I'm gonna be patient and wait for the movie comes out. And it's not like hey, I'm not trying to rush anything. y'all let y'all do y'all thing, have your masterpiece. Here's the thing: when they had, and I'm sorry, I'm talking too much here.
You're good.
When y'all had those when you guys have those world premieres in California, I was like, oh, when they had the Year Next, My Hero Academia Year Next, I couldn't make it because I was stuck on the other side of the country trying to get through school. So, but one voice actor, Mauricio, told me, stay in school, man. Stay in school. Don't worry about California. Do you think?
Yeah.
You probably tell me the same thing here when the Apothecary Diaries comes out. But and I was like, how I got it. I was a little jealous at first. But here's what I told myself, and you're gonna like this, and mind my language here. I was like, and how I got over that jealousy over time? One, at the end of the day, it's just a movie. It doesn't really fucking matter. But two, it's not about me. It's not about y'all. It's about the story and art that you're telling.
Right.
That's all that matters. Listen, after the world premiere is over, till next day, y'all back to your normal lives.
True. This is true.
So I was like, it's not really a big deal. It's just a movie.
It's like we're doing all this thing, and then oh, there's this cool thing. Okay, and then back to all the regular things.
I couldn't make it for Chainsaw Man and Demon Slayer movie because I was busy trying to save money for these conventions and just focus. Like the whole podcast thing is blowing up, so I hadn't had time to think about what movie am I going to see next. But I wasn't able to go to those movies, and I knew you were just in Chainsaw Man because they announced it.
Yes.
So. I know I haven't seen the movie, but you did a great job.
Thank you.
So we'll talk about that more when we get to the character deep dives. Yeah. But let's get to the next section before I talk to Gus.
You're good.
Section 2, craft, emotion, industry insight. Now, when you approach a new role, how do you find the emotional core of your character before stepping into the booth?
So this is what's the hard part. So like with voiceover, sometimes you can watch or you're able to watch the Japanese first. Like if the whole show's already out, you can watch the Japanese first before you go into the booth, or you can read the manga. There's a lot of source material that you can look at. But there are other times where shows, so they're on a day and date schedule, that's what we call it. That's when the dub and the sub come out at the same time. So with those shows, that's difficult to prepare yourself kind of because you don't have the sub to watch first before you go in there. So the challenge for voice actors, English dub voice actors, is that you immediately have to get into character once you step into the booth.
Yeah.
So in order to prepare, at least once you're in there, you do watch the J first. You watch the Japanese first, and you go line by line before you do it in English. So I'm sort of listening. While I don't understand Japanese myself, I'm listening to the emotion, and I can grasp that, and then I can replicate that in the English take.
Yeah, of course. The one thing, and I did tell this to a lot of voice actors and everything, and they agree with what I'm saying. Like most voice actors don't do the research on the character, and I was like, why not? Why don't you do research on the character? I mean, like I think it's a smart move. Some voice actors have their own way. They have their own way of how they're going to perform it or when they get inside the voice box. Because I know, some people read the manga, some people do the research. And some of y'all guys don't do the research on some of these characters. Like, basically,
I could come at that two ways. But here, I'll let you finish first.
Yeah, because basically, reading is fundamental. It's always going to be fundamental. Like me right now, like I'm doing more research on you guys, taking the time out of the day to go research the stuff, and don't just start running with information that's not like 100% valuable. So, but you see where I'm coming from. Yeah.
So it's like, yes, I agree. It's good to prepare yourself so that so you can best bring out the personality and the qualities of the specific character. But it's like if you read too much into it, like let's say there's a show and there's a really cool plot twist. Sometimes it's better to go in blind so that when you're stepping into the character, you're seeing it through the character's eyes and you're reacting in real time the same way the character is. Otherwise, if you already know about this plot twist, you might be delivering reads that already suggest that, oh, this character is a bad character.
Yeah, that's the trick because once it's like, oh, how am I going to channel my personality? One thing I will say is this, some people will just understand the character's backstory, the tragedy they've been through. Like, every character has an origin story. Well, how do you think these characters in My Hero Academia shine today because of their origin and how they got to where they are now? By the way, final season streaming, it's been an amazing there's been a lot of backstory going on. Like of course, I mean, I already knew what was going to happen. And so, because I read the manga back in 2023, 2024, because I already knew how it was going to go down. But I like how in the final season, first it starts off cinematic. Then they start telling the backstories of like the remaining characters. Because right now there's only like 5 characters remaining in the final season. Well, because All Might, Bakugo, All for One, and Shigaraki and Deku. Like they told All Might's story again, this time introducing his mother. And I was like, they need to do stuff like that so they can understand how we can channel these emotions and stuff into these characters. I had a conversation with a SCAD student, and I don't know if you're familiar with SCAD. It's the Savannah College of Art and Design. Basically, they do like all kinds of artistic stuff, film, photography, etc.
Oh,
really cool stuff.
Yeah.
I recommend you look it up later because they just had the film festival here in my hometown.
Okay, cool.
So they even have Mark Hamill here too.
Wow, what?
So yes, Mark Hamill Joker. He retired as the Joker. Because Kevin Conroy passed away. I got the whole Arkham trilogy. By the way, I am getting my Arkham City pop figure next week because I pre-ordered it. So I'll be able to complete the Arkham trilogy over there.
Nice.
When I was playing Arkham Knight, I wake up the next morning, Kevin Conroy passed away. And this was back in 2022. And I was like, what? I just finished Arkham Knight last night, and I wake up the next morning, he's gone? I was like, Jim Gorin, why did you say this is how the Batman dies? You jinxed it. Why'd you jinx it?
This is sad. Cheers.
And if he was still alive today, I would get him to sign my Arkham Asylum pop figure up there. But can't get a sign if he's dead. So, but I'm sorry I'm going off topic again. But every seeing these characters, they have to have a backstory. And then one of those episodes that really caught my attention was this episode called "The End of an Era and Beginning." Like they told All Might's story all the way to the final season. And basically, when they were done with his origin story for the last time, I like how they said the end of an era dash, and then when we get to the end, it says the beginning. Deku and Bakugo are going to continue carry the torch that he passed along to them. And I like how they get to tell stories like that because these are like real life situations. Like I know, like there's a few like real life situations in these characters that I'm now. Listen, back in high school, I was more on the entertainment. I was focused on entertainment. Now, now that I'm 25, I turned 25 2 months ago.
Happy birthday!
Thanks. I'm getting older and wiser, and I'm starting to understand you guys and how y'all channel y'all personal life experience and emotions into these characters. Because it's kind of like Pixar. You're supposed to have those little moments in life. It's supposed to lift you up. And I think that's the same thing that goes with anime. Sure, because it's more than just characters on the screen. They're also dealing with the trauma and like how do we become better versions of ourselves? So it's crazy, but I just didn't know. I just want your thoughts on that. All I said.
Like that's the point of drama. Like no matter what the platform is, whether it's anime, like animated show, Disney, film, theater, the point of drama is to replicate humanity almost. So people have a way to, like a catharsis. You relate to a show, you find the humanity within it, and you relate to it, and you release.
Definitely release.
Yeah, that's the power of storytelling across
and
all mediums.
Well, I was going to say, Reshel, you and the other voice actors keep telling these amazing stories because y'all have so much. You guys have so much to offer, and so much story and like real life experiences that y'all can put into these animations. I know y'all can't control what y'all have to say directly, but I know if y'all talk to the directors like Caitlin Glass, Emily Neese. Speaking of which, I meet Emily Neese again next week in my hometown. I was like,
oh sweet.
I was like, these MFers love me. But I shouldn't get too cocky though. Emily is a very nice lady. I spoke to her. She liked all the videos I've been putting up. And this was right before I met you. So this was back in earlier, like April to May. She liked she like everything and that I've been talking about. You know, I've been doing the do's and don'ts. Like every time when I go to these conventions, I do research.
Yeah.
You should have seen the look on some of the previous voice actors I've interviewed. They said, "Eh, man, you came prepared." I pulled up the schematics in the building of the World Congress Center for Anime Week in Atlanta.
As you should.
Yeah, I got the map in my phone. Hey, I like looking at these things.
Yeah.
So, I know that was a long question 6, but it's okay. That's what it's all about, right?
Yeah.
So, all right. Now, number 7, voice acting blends technical precision with emotional honesty, as we, discussed in the last question.
Mm-hmm.
How do you balance both sides of that craft?
Repeat the question.
Oh, you didn't hear it? My bad.
I heard it, but I'm trying to register.
Okay, hold on. Okay, it's okay. Voice acting blends technical precision with emotional honesty, like we said in the last question.
Okay.
How do you balance both sides of that craft?
Tech with emotion. Yes. Mm-hmm. So it's very limited in, anime voiceover dubbing, whereas in any other aspect, you can take your time with it and you can do whatever you need. I would say every platform has its own set of limitations. Like with theater, sometimes your emotions are limited because you have to project all the time. So your emotions are always big, your physicality is huge, and sometimes you can't get, what's it called? Vocal precision to convey emotion. Like you can't get quiet. You basically have to be like a volume 10 all the time so everyone can hear you. And then for film, you get more flexibility with how you vocally deliver a line, which is great. You could do that, but you are limited by the physical space of the frame of the camera. So it's just finding a balance between all of those depending on what medium you do. Voiceover, you could do whatever the heck you want. Like if you're doing a video game or animation, as long as it's not dubbing, you basically have free reign. Your only limitation is how big your booth is, where your microphone is facing, because if you move too much, then it's not going to pick up your voice, if you know what I mean.
I understand. And listen, I'll take the words out of Baird's mouth from Gears 5, the video game. Mm-hmm. Well, our testing data is limited, but you know what? Go crazy. See what happens.
I will say, just commit every time. Commit to the bit every time, no matter what platform you are on.
And guess what? Sometimes when you guys get into booth, some of the directors be like, hey, I was like, man, how did y'all come up with all these crazy lines and emotions? I said they would be like, keep doing that. It's amazing. I mean, like, come on. You gotta have comedy in some of these shows too now.
Yeah.
Like, why? Why would y'all have comedy if anime, we want to have comedy? Well, shoot. Now, some anime can be dead serious like Claymore.
Oh, true.
So, but in this case with you, there's some comedy stuff going on here.
Oh, yeah.
See, can you imagine how many times I watched a few comedy shows like Bang Bang Theory, and then I was watching Looney Tunes and all that stuff. I was actually watching Looney Tunes yesterday before today. So I mean, I can't help myself. Those old classics are good, especially with Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner. Oh my gosh! When I was watching that scene where he was trying to get the raw sound, he was like, "In heaven's name, what am I doing?" If you remember those kind of cartoons,
those are classic, iconic
classics.
Childhood.
I know, right? Listen, I watched them on Boomerang. Boomerang is gone because the classic cartoons are gone. You know what really sucks about like streaming services? All that stuff seems to go away. But as Kyle Hebert stated, if you're like me and a collector, you won't have to worry about that. Sure, it may take up more space, but you'll always be close to the stuff that you love the most. He had the Looney Tunes collection in his hand while he was recording that video. And he was watching Looney Tunes as he was talking. I was like, that's what I was saying too. Now I have to collect like physical copies because now it's not like, oh shoot, I can't do the digital. They took off Super Mario 3D All Stars on Nintendo Switch. They took that off. Yes.
How are they gonna do that?
They took.
How are they gonna do
that? They took that off, and I was like, why did y'all take that off? Now you make me have to spend money. You make me have to bust my butt trying to go on Amazon and order the game. I didn't get the game myself because I didn't have the money to do so. But it's like interesting stuff. Because thing is, like last weekend, I couldn't help myself again. Like, because I was like, I was gonna waste money. Let me go to GameStop and just get use some of my report points.
Yeah.
I got this Mario and Luigi Brother Ship. I got this last Friday.
Is that for the Switch?
Yes, Switch 2. Which I've got right here. Which I got right here.
Treat yourself.
So, but yeah, game's good. Pray for. I just beat the first boss, so
nice.
Still a lot more to go, but I'll be ready for it. But let me get back to you because I know I'm going off topic again. But yeah, just like do all kinds of like crazy stuff, hilarious, funny stuff. I want to see the funny stuff. I want to see the dramatic stuff. Like Reshel, you'd be surprised how many voice actors go home in their own homes and do all kinds of crazy shit. You be surprised.
Mm-hmm. Like, we never know. We never know what they're doing.
No, I guess that's part of the fun, though. We don't know what they're doing. It's part of the fun.
It's part of the mystery.
Yeah, if we find out, I'll say, oh, that's going to ruin everything. I want to be surprised when that happens.
Yeah,
and then you can tell me all the details later.
Sure.
So, number 8. Are there particular vocal techniques or habits you've developed to maintain your energy? You probably already know the answer, but we're going to go ahead and finish up the rest of the question. Expressiveness through long sessions.
I would say every voice actor's best friend is going to be vocal warm-ups and a good hot tea, a good brand of hot tea and honey. I will say, yes, all the techniques I learned in theater, I carry that for everything I do. So every time when I'm driving to the studio, I'm just doing my vocal warm-ups I learned in theater in my car. I'm going, pa, pa, pa. Consonants, vowels, tongue twisters, all that good stuff. And then breaks are so important. Because if you're recording, you never know how long you're going to be in the booth. Sometimes you're in there for a quick 5 minutes, or sometimes you're in there for maybe 4 hours at a time. So maybe you'll take a stopping point, maybe at 1 or 2 hours in between a session, take a break, go to the bathroom, drink some tea, and just rest. Vocal rest is so important.
Of course. Listen, it's okay to take a break if you're tired. You don't want to burn your stuff out and then it's done. Yeah. Now, one thing I will say is this, and I talked to Ethan about this the other day, Ethan Condon last week. I talked to him about this the other day, saying like, there's so many people who like to because I know, Reshel, I know you work with so many directors and everything on these shows, some directors and voice actors, of course. I mean, you gotta have to be a man and woman of many talents. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you gotta have a mutual relationship with you and the director who you're working with. Go have a drink. Well, don't have a drink if you don't drink. But go have a coffee or something. Like try to connect with each other. I've seen so many people who like to try to keep it simple. Like, hey, I want to talk to you more about this. Can we make some connections? Mm-hmm. Like, I understand this part. This doesn't work for me. And then after y'all form that mutual relation, like if the director calls you in and be like, hey, I'm not feeling too good today. Can I come in when I'm feeling better? Mm-hmm. Understand that? Like you gotta have that conversation and be like, hey, like for example, I don't want to talk to you guys. I want to be like, because I know when I go to this next convention, I'm going to talk to these voice actors because Jay Saxton is going to be there, mm-hmm. Emily Neves, mm-hmm. Mallory Rodak, and Cara Edwards. Mm-hmm. And there's more, but I forgot their names already. Because I was like, I'm going to be like, when I go up to them, I want to tell them what I've done so far. Showed all the content I've been doing and be like, I want to be able to talk to you guys, even if it's just a few minutes. I'm going to be like, hey, I want to talk to you guys, try to bring a podcast and have a genuine conversation. Yeah. What can we do? What can we do about this? Mm-hmm. So always that question, what can we do about this?
What can we do about it? Just making that connection, building that rapport. Like find any way to connect with somebody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, always start a conversation and connect with people. But yes, like you said, it's important to rest because you don't want to strain your voice too much. Yeah. You know how many people have their voice taken out when they do all these voice actors? Yeah. Oh, I can imagine the whole Dragon Ball Z cast doing all that yelling and screaming. Exactly. I was like, Do they ever get tired of all the screaming? Like, my ears ain't never gonna stop ringing.
I'm sure they like build up. Surely they've built up a tolerance or some sort of, built up that muscle. It's like going to the gym. The more you do it, the
Well,
more you get used to it.
I will say this, Rochelle. These are people like Sean Schmidt and Christopher Sabat. They've been doing this for years. I
Yeah.
can't really. Am I really surprised at this point that they managed to keep this yelling up for so long?
Mhm.
Am I really
Because then
surprised?
I think about, like metal band singers. I've met a couple, and it's like after their performance, their voices are so soft spoken, like their voices sound hoarse all the time, and I'm like, oh, that's just your bass voice now from screaming all the time.
Yeah. Oof. They might. I mean, I don't know. I'm not trying to be pessimistic, but by the time they retire, I think their voice is going to give out.
Oh no,
I'm not even
they've been
sure,
going
but
strong this far.
hey, they're tough people. They can
Mhm.
handle it. And plus, I love the show, so keep doing it.
Yeah, keep doing it. Ever so.
Like like for me, I thrive in these kind of situations and kind of like it. So yeah, keep doing it. So, next up, we're almost at the end section with 2 questions left, and then we're going into your favorite character deep dives. What's something surprising you've learned about the anime industry since you began?
Basically, I've just learned more about myself doing voiceover dubbing. So because of the process and what it's like being dub specific is like, you're restricted by lip flaps, you're restricted by timing. So all that creative freedom I had in theater and film, where I got to do whatever the heck I wanted, it's sort of limited. And then I'm a fast talker, generally. So going into the studio and I'm doing a recording, I find that it's always short every time I go in. And I'm like, oh, okay, talk slower. I just need to talk slower.
I think that's just your happy, bubbly self coming out. I think
Yeah, I
that's
get
just
so
you.
energetic, and I'm like, all these thoughts 1,000 miles a minute.
I'm about to say, like, now I'm curious. How did the directors react to yourself? Like, you were so excited. How did the directors react?
I think everyone who meets me, they describe me as, oh, you're so bubbly.
Yep, that's pretty much it. What I said.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Sometimes I just, I gotta say I like stating the obvious.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, that's part of who I am too, stating the obvious. But yeah, I could tell, some of these people are like saying, because I've seen, like, I see, I'm not sure if I've seen it up close, but I know I can imagine me being in a room and be like, she's just a really goody two shoes, bubbly person in there. I could tell.
Okay.
But there's
the energy, the mood up.
Well, if you don't keep the energy and mood up, it's going to be boring in there.
This is true.
So I was like, I mean, do you want? You don't want to be boring in there. It's got to be something amazing. So
even if the show is sad, you gotta have your up moments. Keep it light.
Gotta have your up moments.
Mm-hmm.
Got to have your up moments.
Mm-hmm. But I will say, just the whole process of doing anime as a whole, so much respect for the industry because there are so many moving parts and moving gears to it. It's like, yes, you have the voice actor, you have the director, you have the audio engineer, all 3 working in tandem to create the episode. And not only do you have that, you have translators, script writers, then you have mix people that work on the entire thing after you're done recording. There's just so much that goes into it. And I'm like, wow, everyone is important on this staff.
Of course, definitely. Every person has a part to play.
Yeah.
Every person, not just one. Every person has a part.
Everybody.
To play. So you got to make sure you're doing your thing. So, all right. Here's the next one. This one's going to be important too. How do you prepare yourself mentally when switching between roles with different tones or genres?
Mm-hmm. Just preparing as much as possible. Like whenever you can research, watch the show beforehand or read the manga or look up a wiki. If you don't have any of those source materials, look up a wiki. It's like, what's this personality? What's the synopsis of the show? What is the genre of the show? Because there are so many different acting styles. There's there's you have your wacky, comedic, cheesy animes, and you have your serious, very grounded shows. So the way you speak in those shows are highly going to be different from a wacky show.
Of course. Listen, every time you get into something, I'll be like, okay, I know. And sometimes, and listen, I think you heard this thing called analysis. Let's see. No, wait, paralysis before analysis. Are you familiar with that?
Paralysis?
Before analysis?
What is that?
It's people just get nervous and scared and just stuck before they look at it and they just like, I can't do this. I'm gone. So I think that's what's been happening to some people. They just get the analysis before. Sorry, paralysis before. Yes, like shocking. Like this isn't what I thought it was going to be, but I'm learning to cope and be like, oh shoot, well forget that. I'm going to go and do it anyway. You know, sometimes I get nervous or scared when I do a new thing. But here's the thing, though. You know, I guess I get nervous every time when I wake up in the morning. But the thing is, Reshel, I still go out the door.
And you woke up that morning. It's like, I'm still alive. We're still here. Let's get going. So
no matter how bad it gets, I always stand my ground and make sure I be prepared for whatever challenge might come my way. And I think that's at a point where with not just what's happening in general, but any kind of career you want to take, as far as hey, we know what the deal is. We've done the research. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. So, yeah. Just do the research, read stuff. Reading is fundamental. I'm trying to read more stuff as we speak. Trying to do better.
Right. So I really like watching the sub first before I go into an episode, because maybe my character cries or I'm screaming. I want to know, especially if you're going to cry. It's a very vulnerable moment. I want to mentally prepare myself. Like, okay, I have to be vulnerable. Don't be nervous. It's fine.
Okay. All right, so we're out of that section now. Now we are in section 3, character deep dives. So I didn't have time to get every anime show on here, but I just kept it to 2. If that's okay.
Yeah, of course.
So it doesn't have to be perfect. So character deep dives, the Apothecary Diaries, and Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about so first off, I haven't seen episode 5 because that's when they introduce her. Okay, so I'm still tracking. I've only watched the first 2 episodes, but it's getting good.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Lishu. What first stood out to you about her when you auditioned or read her story?
So I didn't actually audition for the show at all. It was so Sean Gann's the director. He already had like an idea of who he wanted casted, and then one day he just brought me in like, okay, this is the character you are. At this time, the show is so early in its stages. I don't know too much about it. I didn't really follow the manga. I'm not a manga reader. Usually, side tangent, I'll watch an anime, and if I love it so much, I'll collect the manga afterwards. So that's me. So I'm going into the show blind, and I get to the booth, and Sean is giving me the breakdown of Apothecary. He's like, here's your character. This is Lishu. She's one of the high-ranking consorts, and she's 14. And I'm like, did you say 14? That threw me off so bad. And then he reassured me. He's like, oh, don't worry. The Emperor doesn't visit her often. And I'm like, okay, good. We're not about to catch a case right now.
Wow. That must have been something special. Something special. Oof. And I was like, the fact that you looked at yourself, I was like, she's 14?
Yeah, I was like, she's 14? So I gave it a take first, and then he checked me with the voice. Because, once you pop in for the first time, you're sort of testing it out, what works for the character, what doesn't. So I gave it a voice, which is sort of closer to my regular voice. And he's like, well, she's younger. Can we make her younger sounding? Can we brighten it up a little? And so I just moved my voice up a little, and now it's more youthful.
How do you guys do this? I need to know. It's gotta be magic. I think it's magic. How do you guys keep doing this?
Muscle memory, I suppose.
That or just the throat muscles. It's gotta be the throat muscles.
It's the throat muscles.
Every time when I hear y'all voices is like up close, I was like, how the hell are they doing this?
It's like a switch.
I was like, is it is it mind control? Is it magic, or is it? Oh shoot, Rochelle, you got me freaking out with that voice.
I'm sorry. I'll turn off the switch. Serious.
My gosh. I will say from the way things work, it does look pretty good. But yeah, it's nice that you be able to like switch your voice between characters. Like you want to make sure you have the right voice. Here's what I also talked about before my previous videos. I talked to a few others like, Crunchyroll and Funimation, when y'all have these shows coming out, they have to pick a very specific voice actor.
Yeah.
Before the show starts, like they can't just pick a name out of a hat. Let's just go get let's just go with this one, see how it works. That's not how it works. They have to see your background, what you've done, and your personality, and how you're going to put this into this character. Like I said, you can't just pull names out of a hat.
Right. It's like everyone's vocal qualities are so different and distinct, and it's like also it really depends on the director's vision. Sometimes they have their own specific creative vision, and it's like, while maybe you think your voice fits for a character, that's not what the director had in mind. So
the director is in control of everything. They have to make sure, like, they want the fans to make sure that this is very enjoyable for people to like. And I think that's smart. Like some people, I be telling people when I be paying attention to like stuff on like social media, minus all the like, crazy stuff. I was like, do you guys take the time out of your day to go and research this stuff? No. Oh, but yeah, I just think the more that you guys brainstorm and sit down and have a conversation about this, and they have to brainstorm, okay, what specific voice actor do we want to bring into this role? Because there's a ton of you, and that's terrifying. There's so many of you all these days, and new people coming in. At this rate, y'all might as well have 1 million voice actors coming in.
There's so many. There's so many to choose from.
It's like, do you know like how hard I'd be like, the last couple of days, I'd be like, well, shoot, how many of these guys are there? I might need to keep a list.
Genuinely, I have no clue how many of us are there. Could be in the thousands, I think.
That's got to be the terrifying part. But hey, everybody has talent. Everybody has special qualities they want to contribute to the fans and everything. And I think it's nice that they are doing, like, new people are coming like every year. Like you've got new people like I never heard about. The more I watch these shows, the more I hear about you guys.
Yeah.
It's like, well, shoot, I need to make sure I keep watching different shows. So next time if I see my convention, I can have a conversation because I actually watched the show from my perspective. And like I said, I know I didn't get deep into it because I just started 2 episodes last night, but I'm making this work.
I just rewatched the whole thing. It's like the number one thing I recommend to people who have heard about it but haven't watched it, and I'm like, watch it. It's so good. I promise. I promise.
Well, the first 2 episodes last night, I was folding up clothes, of course, but I needed something to put on while I was folding up clothes. Kind of stay organized. Yeah.
So are you a manga reader, Phil?
Yeah.
Okay, so have you already read like the story of Apothecary, or are you just?
I read a few chapters, and I'm starting to understand where the story's going. Okay, now it's starting to get interesting. Now I understand what this is all about.
I also don't want to spoil anything. Also.
No.
Okay.
You're good. Yeah, I read the stuff before I watch the TV show. Like I said, cool. Before season 7 and the final season for My Hero Academia came out, I read the chapters out of Kohei Aroshi's book, and I was like, well, shoot, this is what's going to happen. Like, because I think you saw the current episode with Baby All for One. And I was like, well, shit, he's a baby now, and then Bakugo just put him away. He put him away. And when he was doing that same move, like from All Might from season 3, I was like, it's not a coincidence. We knew this was coming.
Yeah.
Like,
I like to watch it. I don't read ahead because I'm like, I'm in it. I'm going to go in blind. I'm ready to be surprised.
Yeah, because when I read the manga and now I knew the animation was coming up, I was like, man, Bakugo put All for One away. Like, he's serious. Like, hey, he's like, time to put you down. That's what I like about these action-packed shows. I was like, hey, you already know what it is. Yes, go get him.
So you just like knowing what's already coming.
I I just can't help myself. Can you blame me if I want to read this stuff?
Yeah, no, I don't blame you.
I just can I just take a little peek?
Yeah. You're like, what happens next? I
I
gotta know.
I'll be like, I just want to look at it.
Just a little peek.
It's this little peek. But yeah, I just, I think the more that, people understand, hey, this is what happens because they read the story, the animation, grabs. I'm like understanding it from you guys' perspective because y'all voice these characters now. I want to just listen, Reshel. I just want to pick your brains for just a few minutes.
Yeah.
That's all. Let me just pick your brains.
Yes, please. Here, have at it.
So, but yes, I will. But yeah, the more shows I watch, the more I can talk to you guys and understand how you guys did this. And and like I said, I only read the manga and I'm only watched it for 2 episodes. But I'm trying my best here.
So, yeah, no worries.
That's all y'all can ask for.
How are you enjoying it so far?
It's been great. Like there was like. I was like, okay, I'm actually starting to grow. I'm starting to grow attached to this now because here's the thing, because I know and I already know a few chapters. I think I read about Lee Shu's because when I went to Hot Topic, by the way, I did get a new shirt. I got the My Hero Academia Vigilante shirt that I ordered offline because I'm speaking to Jack Broadbent this Friday. I want to make sure I wore the shirt while I'm speaking to him.
Yeah.
So she told me, it's he. Why do I keep saying she? His name is Milo. He told me that Lee Shu has a big role to play in season 2. And I was like, okay, well, shoot, I better keep watching so I can get to season 2, so I can understand before the 3rd season, the movie comes out. Then I'm gonna be super behind, and then now I got you here. I'm talking to the voice of Lee Shu here, and I can tell, yes, she does have a big role to play.
Yes, I'm super excited because as I don't read the light novel or the manga, I just hear about it. I know it's coming, and I'm like, yes, it's time for Lee Shu to get her flowers because her ladies in waiting have been bullying her all of season 1, all of season 2. It's time for her to get her justice.
Oh my God, bullies beware!
Legit.
There you go. All right. Next one about Lee Shu. Lee Shu's gentle nature. Of course, it's gentle there. Why wouldn't she be gentle? She's a sweet little girl.
She's just a kid, man.
Yes. Lisa's gentle nature contrasts the high stakes world around her. Now, how did you convey her quiet strength and sensitivity through voice?
So I think already, since my voice is kind of airy and soft, I think this is sort of why Sean trusted me in this role, because Lee Shu is soft spoken. She doesn't stand up to her bullies. I think sort of because of her status. She's a princess. She needs to be composed, not rough around the edges. She needs to be, classy and elegant. So I think that's sort of what comes for her. And because she's so young compared to all of the other consorts, she's just so shy. And she's picked on all the time. So I feel like that adds to her nervous nature. And because of her allergies, she doesn't want people to know about it. She's not open about it. So she has these secrets.
I tell you, listen, one thing I will learn, it's always the quiet ones. it's always the quiet ones that do something supernatural or something really, extraordinary or miraculous. I just like, hey, shoot, I need to keep paying attention to the quiet ones. Because
I thought you were gonna say something like, "It's always the quiet ones. The quiet ones are the psychopaths."
That's what I was getting to that part too. They're always the psychos. Like, I met so many people who are shy, but they still do amazing work, which is really nice. And it's like, sorry, I'm clearing my throat here.
No, you're good.
You have so many shy people and quiet ones. I worked with a few people who are just shy. I was like, hey, you're not much of a talker, are you? I want you to talk to me. They're just shy, but they still do amazing stuff in their own way. You just don't know until you see it in full scale.
Yeah.
So very interesting to see. I want to keep paying attention to Lee Shu.
Yeah, sure.
So she might be all gentle, but what's she hiding on the inside though?
All her pent up rage and aggression. It's like one day she's just gonna explode. It's like, stop bullying me. That's how I feel whenever I get in the booth. I'm like, stop picking on her. I'll fight for her myself.
So basically, it's just stoking the fires.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's my headcanon.
There you go. Were there any scenes in the Apothecary Diaries that resonated with you personally or pushed you creatively?
I will say the most challenging part would be season 2. I know you're not there yet, but I'm sure you've read it. It's
Yeah,
like
I read it.
her
I
with
read
the mirror in the bathhouse, and she starts crying. That was challenging just because, as I mentioned earlier, being vulnerable in the booth in front of the director and the engineer. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to be in my own world. I'm not going to acknowledge that they're in the room. I'm just going to have this moment to myself.
You want to be in the zone.
Yeah, in the zone.
Be in the
Gotta be
zone.
locked
Sometimes I know people will just close their eyes and meditate.
in.
Just be like, I'm all alone by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody here. Just trying to concentrate.
Yeah.
Just let me do my own thing and try to get it right. There it is.
Because once you acknowledge that they're in the room, then you start getting in your head. You can get nervous, and then that impacts your performance. So
You just gotta pretend they're not in the room. And
yeah.
like I said, meditate, do that kind of stuff, because like I said, if you have to close your eyes, do that too. And I know some of you voice actors do close your eyes and just think to myself, then I'm just by myself. So
Yeah.
it works. It does work.
Mm-hmm.
So I say keep doing that. But yeah, were you actually crying in the booth when that happened?
Oh yeah. I was like, guys, I'm just gonna let it out.
Did they give you tissue? Did they give you tissue?
Oh, we have tissues in there.
Okay, good. Make sure you have the bare necessities. Sorry, I just had to go full Jungle Book there. Listen, I've been listening to that song for like the last 5 days. It's really catchy. I was like, my mom was like, "Hey, will you stop singing that song?" What? It's catchy.
Catchy. That's my jam.
Yeah, Jungle Book was a very good classic. But yeah, make sure you have the bare necessities in the booth.
Yeah, we always keep like a box in there.
There you go. Tissue, all that stuff. And listen, it's okay to cry. And listen, Reshel, I'm about to tell you something emotional, okay? Don't judge me. Do not judge me.
No judgment here.
When I was talking to that SCAD student, her name is Gianna Russo.
Mm-hmm.
I got emotional and I did start crying because I was listening to her story.
Aww. See, that's where you connected with it, If it brings out an emotion in you.
Yeah, and people were saying, it's okay, we're all human. Yeah, what's wrong with crying?
Yeah.
So, it's the episode is still up, but yeah, I was emotional to the end because I was like, it was really touching. And but yeah, it's okay to cry sometimes, and it's not and I know, like I said, we're still human at the end of the day. So now that we're out of Apothecary Diaries, let's talk Chainsaw Man, since you were announced for that movie that came out a few days ago.
Yeah.
Still haven't seen it because I haven't been trying to save money for all these bigger things come out.
Okay.
I will get to it. Like I said before, you would tell me to stay focused on what you're doing. The rest of the stuff will come later.
It'll come out. It'll be on Blu-ray. You'll be able to come back to it.
Exactly. And the other thing too is I never been to a movie premiere in my life since day one because I was like, I'm never going to get there, unfortunately. Now I could try to, but it's just kind of difficult right now in my current situation. Me trying to finish up this program, with stuff. I guess it will come when the time is right. Right now, I'll just. Some things I did say was like, it's okay to enjoy the path that you're on right now. I mean, you're not in a rush, and the thing is, I posted me eating Ben & Jerry's a month ago. I was eating ice cream. I love the ice cream in there. There was I posted, don't forget, guys, it's okay to enjoy the small moments in life.
Yeah, live life.
And I posted that on my Instagram page and saying I was eating Ben & Jerry's and saying enjoy the small moments in life. So
as you should.
And like I said, all the other stuff is just noise. And next day you guys are back to your normal lives, as I said earlier in this episode. So, but like I said, end of the day, we're still human beings.
Work hard, play hard.
Exactly. So now, number 14, you were also part of the Chainsaw Man universe. What was it like stepping into such a globally beloved and chaotic world?
I remember getting that casting email and just the shock in my brain going, does this say Chainsaw Man? And it was such a secret at the time. It's like, don't let anyone know we're working on this. I'm like, okay, shh, I got you. So it just blew my mind getting to be part of this huge IP. Such an honor. And then getting to go see it in theaters. That was my first theatrical release ever. So just hearing myself on the big screen for the first time, I was like, wow, that's awesome. But I completely went into it blind. I remember when Chainsaw Man first came out, it's like, it wasn't my cup of tea just because of how gory it was. But then, so I watched the movie totally blind and fell in love with it. I'm like, okay, now I'm invested. I'm gonna go back and watch the whole show. I'm about halfway through and I'm obsessed.
Wow. Yeah, and listen, when y'all get those stuff, you guys, I know you gotta feel amazing. Like when you get those sort of emails, you feel like, is this really happening? Is this magical? I mean, like, it's
Me?
sometimes we like, Mom, I gotta go. Something magical is happening.
It's like, I just got some incredible news and I can't tell you.
I gotta say, because I know you will probably filled with excitement, like, because I know, like, I never thought to myself, I know it's like, shoot, open up that present on Christmas morning, and I was
Super
like,
excited, but also nerve-wracking. I was like, oh wow, this is a big opportunity. This is something. I'm gonna have to step into these shoes and deliver. And I
you got to, like I said, it's very rare. Every voice actors get so many auditions, and it's like, we did what we could. Let's go ahead and do the next thing. The next day, I got in. Oh my gosh. I think the main thing is that you don't give up. Like, even if you feel like I can't get this role, it never happens. You never know until you try.
yeah, you gotta keep your chin up.
Exactly. And look where you are now. You're in a Chainsaw Man movie.
Thank you.
So listen. I haven't checked it out myself, but I think from the way the popcorn meter and the tomato meter has been going up, it's worth seeing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my best trying to get to those theaters. Lately, I've been saving up money for traveling, going to conventions and everything. Last movie I saw was Fantastic Four this year. First step. That was amazing. And Superman. And I love
Superman. I love that.
I was like, the previous Fantastic Four movies were nothing compared to this. Like I was like, y'all brought Galactus in the Cinematic Universe movie. Okay, now you've got my attention.
That's what it's about. Chainsaw Man's #1 in America right now. I think it's trying, compete with Infinity Castle a little bit.
I know. Did you see how many people are at the world premiere in Los Angeles? I tell you, when movies like movies like that get so much attention, you know how the movie premieres are. It's awesome. Crazy.
It's like, wow, anime's getting this much attention nowadays. It wasn't like that before.
Did you hear they're trying? Did you hear that they're trying to put it in the Oscars now?
Really? Guys, we did it.
They're trying to put Demon Slayer in the Oscars.
Guys.
And I was like, what do you expect from a movie that's almost making like millions and billions of dollars? And now you got, and now it's going to be in the Oscars. They're trying to put in the Oscars next year. Oof. Y'all need to respect anime now. Y'all don't be respecting anime. Look where we are now.
People be dissing the anime. I gotta stop.
I don't understand why they keep doing that. Like y'all just like start running with stuff and be like, oh, this ain't gonna be good enough. Y'all gonna be sorry when that thing hits the Oscars next year. Y'all gonna be sorry. So, but yes, I tell you, every movie premiere they do in Los Angeles, it's huge, big, all that stuff.
And as it should be. LA is LA.
I just yeah, that and this thing is, I also did my research on you guys being like, okay, so now I understand why they live in California and all this stuff, because they have to be close to these studios. Like I said, I'm on the Eastern Coast. Maybe I could move to California, because California's expensive these days.
Oh yeah.
But it's like, hey, well, shoot, I gotta make sure I have a good job. And I know some of these studios, they need people who need cybersecurity to make sure nothing gets hacked. or
Right.
anything else, And guess what? Me doing this podcast as a bonus,
Hmm.
I might blow up in California a little bit too. But here's the other thing I want you to understand, Rochelle. And I spoke to Mauricio about this back in September before my birthday. Wait, was it before my birthday? Yeah, before my birthday. He was saying there are so many people in voice acting and video games today that are just in it to be famous. And that's a sad
Yeah.
life. And I feel you can gain happiness and fame, I suppose.
Right. But that shouldn't
But
be your main thing. And I
that's why I
feel
was
like
like,
you can catch that vibe off of people. Like the people that make it in this industry are passionate about this.
yeah, it's like and I kept saying, and I was saying, but that's not the whole point of why you should be doing this. Like, voice acting is an art. Voice acting is an art. You go there, do the thing, and like I said before, when y'all go to these premieres, it's not about this person. It's not about me. It's about the art
What
and
we've made.
stories. It's about the art and the stories that you're putting out there.
Hmm.
That's all it's all about. I don't understand why so many people go to these conventions and think they're just going to be. I don't understand why so many people go to these live premieres and think they're just going to be famous and all that stuff. Where in totality, it's not about you. It's about the art that you've made for us to enjoy.
Hmm.
And I can't do anything to change their minds. It's just And guess what? I've been like that when I was in college. I did photography too. I do take photos, but I stopped doing it after a little situation in April.
Mm.
And I was just saying to myself, this isn't what I wanted to be myself in. So I had to put that back on the shelf and I had to think about what else can I do?
Yeah.
I was like, what else? So what else? I had to take a page out of my college playbook. So I thought to myself, let's see. I did 3 documentaries. And I like talking to people. So this is how this came along. Podcast journalism.
Yeah.
And when I first did my first episode, it blew up to 1,000 views.
Nice.
And I was like, it's only been 24 hours. So in my head, I was like, well, shit, I guess I better keep doing it.
Yeah.
So, and look at me now. I'm interviewing illustrators, tattoo artists, cosplayers, models, voice actors.
There you go. It's the passion and the commitment. That's how you get to where you are.
I didn't think. I'm just stunned. Because I got so many people blowing up my DMs to have a conversation with me.
Nice.
And it was tricky too because before I met Jay, I was telling him, I was like saying, like I said, voice actors coming soon. I hadn't had any luck trying to like get any people because sometimes emailing certain agencies doesn't do any good. So I had to do my research and I was like, well, if the front door doesn't work, let's go try the side entrance.
Okay.
That's how I stumbled across him.
Oh yeah.
So I had to ask around and ask questions like, hey, is there any way I can talk to these voice actors? Because emailing certain places doesn't do any good.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't let that stop me from talking to you. So
You're like, I'm gonna try.
I'm gonna keep trying. Sorry if that was a little mushy right there.
Okay.
Kind of thing. But we're almost at the end of this section, and there's gonna be section 4.
Mm-hmm.
When your Chainsaw Man role was announced, what emotions, and you already told me the answer, or thoughts went through your head? Did that moment feel like a milestone for you?
Yes, huge milestone. Huge opportunity.
It's like you said before, when you got the email, you just exploded with excitement.
Yeah, at first I was so confused because, like, since I wasn't familiar with the IP, I was just doing my good duty, doing my research. I looked up Typhoon Devil and I was like, is this correct? Because in the movie, Typhoon Devil is a giant baby, but in the manga, Typhoon Devil was like either a giant man or a giant old man, and I was confused.
Okay, it's nice. Because listen, I know so many people. Again, you're looking on the Christmas tree and see what's in that present. It's like, oh shoot, I ain't gonna. Oh, I don't want to know. I don't want to look.
Yeah, I was just stunned, and then to find out, like, yeah, no, this is happening. This is real. This wasn't a mistake. You're in it now. So
I was
fully
like,
committed.
fully committed. And I was thinking, well, shoot, if she got that milestone, I can't wait to see what she does next. Talking about
Mhm.
you. Talking
Thank
about you. Okay, I can't wait to see what else you do. Who knows? Maybe, just maybe you might be in another show like Dragon Ball or My Hero Academia. I'm not
Mhm.
sure. But we never know what the future has in store for us until we
Mhm.
start our counting down the days.
True.
So we'll see what happens. But yes, but yeah, I am looking forward. If I don't see that movie this year before December ends, then I'll try in January or something. But I do want to see some of these anime movies because the thing is I did see in 2024 I did see My Hero Academia Year Next because I'm a My Hero Academia fan.
Mhm.
So really amazing stuff. I've been they did amazing stuff. I talked to Marisa about it. He did an amazing job as
Yes.
Gulio. I only talked to one of the voice actors in the original character. Haley Mills. I'm gonna catch up to you eventually.
Mhm.
Like I said, Reshel, if I can just have a few minutes of your time to talk to each and every one, just please, can we just talk for just
Yeah,
even if it's 5 minutes.
of course.
That's all. But in this case, since Jay is hooking me up, he's already making that work. So it's
Mhm.
but yeah, I think it's working, because I know some of you guys don't do in-person interviews. Wait, no. Some people don't do a lot of online videos. I know some
Mhm.
people who just do in-person interviews. That's gonna have to come at a later time. Right now, I'm just focused on what I can do for right now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Chainsaw movie is blowing up. I'm getting so many posts popping up on my feed saying Dean style. Okay, I get it. The movie's blowing up. I'm trying to see myself. Oh, what do you want me to do? Like, what do you guys want me to do?
Watch it. But
I'll, I'll get there. I'll get there. I'll
okay,
get there eventually.
when you can, if you can.
I'll do my best here, Rochelle.
But I will say, even if you haven't seen Chainsaw Man, I think you can go into the movie blind and still enjoy it. It is such a masterpiece.
Hey, if it's rated R, then it is a masterpiece. There you go. I mean, how do you expect these movies not to have some like rated M for mature? Like the
Mhm.
new Wolverine game that's coming out next year, it's rated M.
Mm.
Of
Well,
course,
you
it's.
gotta.
I mean, of course, it's Wolverine. Why
It's
wouldn't it?
Wolverine.
Why wouldn't it be rated M?
He's ripping people to shreds, man.
Spider-Man said in one of those shows. I think you're familiar with Hulk and the Agents of Smash
Mm.
back in the day. I don't
Mhm.
know if you watch any of those Marvel shows that came on Disney XD, but you
Mm.
say, I mean, Wolverine, he's a hero and I'm not. That guy runs around stabbing people. And he smells like
Real.
wet dog. Which is, Spider-Man is not wrong. He does run around stabbing people.
This is true.
So you can't call him a liar.
He's stabbing the bad guys.
There you go.
Correct.
So all right, so section 4. This one's going to be a very interesting section, an important one because
Okay.
because when I read about you, you did say you were Asian American. If I got that correct, if I
Yes.
can say that, if I can say this here,
Yes.
okay. So growth, representation, and connection. Now,
Mhm.
as a woman of color in the voice acting industry, how important is representation to you, both in front of and behind the mic? Because one thing I have learned from paying attention to Caitlin Glass,
Mhm.
she's been bringing all sorts of diverse people into voice acting with the directing. She's bringing Asian Americans, she's bringing Hispanics,
Mhm.
blacks, all that stuff. Because lately, most of the anime Japanese songs, it's mostly Japanese people. So she's trying to figure out how to bring more diverse people into these roles.
Mhm. I think that works because, authentic casting is huge now, especially with the oh god, I can't speak English anymore. With the Apothecary Diaries, we're bringing people with Asian descent, Asian heritage, just because it's such a historical piece. We want to stay authentic to that piece. And the best way to do that is through authentic casting.
Yeah, because I know one thing I will tell you this. I know Emmy Lowe is Taiwanese. I think you know who Emmy Lowe is because
Yeah,
I think you're close with her. I don't know if you're close.
I haven't met her actually.
Really?
Yeah, I've never bumped into her in the studio. It's crazy
At all?
at all.
You will eventually when y'all have that
Mhm.
movie. You
Oh
will.
yeah, I imagine I'll see her at some point.
Yeah, because I did some information on her. She's Taiwanese,
Yeah.
so I wanted to understand her heritage as well. She's actually going to be at Anime Week in Atlanta this December.
Oh
So I
sweet.
was actually hoping to talk to her
Yeah.
at some point and ask her what your heritage was as a Taiwanese voicing an anime character. Like I
Mhm.
said before, all right, and this is why. Hold on. This is why, like some of the podcasts I called is just the conversation because I don't want it to just be an anime. Because this isn't pretty much the same energy as the other anime podcasts you've been on. It's basically I'm just here having a conversation with you.
Mhm.
Just to keep it plain. So if I just put it as an anime podcast, we want to talk about anime. I want to talk about anime, of course,
Of
but
course.
I just want to make sure I have your life experience because Rachel, at the end of the day, you and I were human beings.
Yeah. Exactly.
So of course I want to talk about animation, but I also want to talk about your life and what you had to do to get to where you are now. The same thing
Mhm.
what I'm gonna do when I see Emily Lowe next month in December before the holidays. Maybe ask her some questions, her heritage, because I just listen. I'm not just another fan just showing up just to get pictures and just of course I want pictures because I want to have my put these in a scrapbook when I'm done.
Yeah.
I just want to. I think what happened is most of you guys are seeing me as a person who just wants to talk,
Mm.
understand you guys, and just have these sort of conversations because these are kind of real life situations that also go into anime as well. But you guys, because you guys are still human beings. Um, but if I can, but if you see where I'm going with all this, yeah, if I'm
Trying to
saying
connect.
connect. I didn't know you were, but yeah, it's nice that more people are talking about representation because there have been so many disgusting comments on the internet when the fan base was saying all kinds of crazy stuff, and I was like, hey, y'all, if it's not broken, don't fix it. There was this
Yeah.
one situation that I talked to Brandon about, Brandon
Mhm.
Lorera. He's
Mhm.
saying that, oh shoot, dude, this was about Zeno Robinson, if you know him. They were saying for Gachiakata,
Oh yeah.
he was saying, man, oh, he's not black enough for this character. And I was like,
I was like, what do you mean? Put some
what,
respect on his name.
what are you talking? Wait. I was like,
Yeah.
what you guys talking about?
Mhm.
And
But I
you
love
know
how the
what?
community clapped back for that moment. The
Mhm,
community united against this one person.
mhm. Basically, when I saw so many comments like that, across the internet, you're gonna laugh at this. I was like, I'll take shit nobody gives a fuck about for 500. You think anyone cares? You think anyone cares? First off, let's go ahead and pretend that you're doing this. That you're going to every fan base voice actor that they're talking about that you see and doing this little fringy protest that you're doing. I like that for you. I like that you be like, can I pick I need to pick a very specific voice because that's what you have to do, right?
Like, let
So,
me attack this one person. It's like, wrong choice, wrong move, buddy.
well, shoot, you wanted attention, you got it.
There you go.
The community clapped back at that,
Yeah.
but you know, but yeah, I think it's nice that people like Caitlin Glass, directors
Mhm.
like Caitlin Glass, Emily Neves, Jade Saxon, etc., are trying to make sure they be diverse in these roles because there are
Mhm.
so many of y'all coming from different countries now
Exactly.
and want a piece of the cake.
Yeah.
And I think they should keep doing that. I actually like
Mhm.
it. I don't care. Like I said, I don't care who's voicing these characters as long as I get to see the story.
Yeah. As long as they
Mhm,
convey the story. It's like
mhm.
every person's background is different. They bring different things to the table. And, they always emphasize live life, experience life, so you can bring that into the booth.
And listen. I was like, I was in one of my venting moves when I did a video about this, and I was like, hey, the reality is, I don't care if these guys voice Batman, Superman, Goku, Vegeta, Deku, All Might, the Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, or freaking Marvin the Martian. No matter who it is, the story's going to be good.
Yeah. We love Marvin the Martian.
Who doesn't love Marvin the Martian?
Saying.
I just had to do that. I guess with so many people like my dialogue and breakdown, especially with me saying Marvin the Martian. I mean, it's true. Like, if you voice Marvin the Martian, I don't care as long as the episode's good. Because listen, whoever they pick, they're gonna do a good job at it. I feel it in my bones. So, yeah, I was in one of my venture sessions when that happened. Crazy stuff.
Wow.
So, have you seen positive shifts in how diverse voices and backgrounds are selected? Oh, Lord have mercy. I can't even think straight after that last one. Okay, let me take my time here. Have you seen positive shifts in how diverse voices and backgrounds are celebrated in the anime community?
So it's like drawing back to what I mentioned earlier, where it's like people want to relate and like catharsis, theater, anime, whatever entertainment platform you watch, it's cathartic. You want to relate to these stories. And so if you bring diverse people, that's representation across the board and everyone can relate to a story, regardless of background. But it really brings light on these specific heritages as well.
And I know, Reshel, you still have people who are just pretty much dragging their feet in the sand, trying to get with the program. But I think the most important thing is that you just keep doing the work that's in front of you. All that other stuff is just extra drama that we just don't need. Like, people, you're going to have people who are going to be drama queens. And I was like, shoot, sucks to be you then. So
like, we don't celebrate over here. You go have your pity party over there.
That's what we're saying. And when we was talking about, I had a conversation with a few cosplayers, like they were saying like a lot of nasty stuff with Ariel being in the Little Mermaid. They were saying like a lot of racist stuff. And I was like, she told me this person, her name is Destiny. She's a cosplayer. She told me, well, they can swim in shark infested waters for all I care. So like, keep like I be telling people, keep your opinions to yourself because nobody asked.
It's like, just do you and mind your business.
So, but I think, Reshel, the best thing about you is that no matter how much negativity that these people spread on the anime community, you keep doing your thing because this is your career. This is how you want this to go down.
Yeah.
It don't matter what those other people think.
Exactly. I'm doing what I love and that's what matters.
Rage baiters. They're rage baiters. He's an enabler. And I was like, they just doing it for attention. But hey, like I said, you got it when you got clapped back for Zena Robinson. So
it's like, if the community got your back.
So I was like, maybe asking for the anime community's attention wasn't the best idea.
Incurred the wrath of the anime gods.
I tell you, it's crazy stuff. Let's see. Next question: how do you stay grounded and authentic while navigating a growing career and online visibility?
Yeah, staying grounded. Like, what matters most in this industry is like accessibility. Can people find you? It's basically a huge brand. Me, myself, as a voice actor, Reshel Mae is my brand. So you want to be found, and that's just how roles come to you. You start building up the credits, you start getting the experience, and they start coming to you.
Of course, you got to build up the credits. Like, like myself, when I started this whole journalism podcasting journey and everything, and video game walkthroughs, I had to build myself up. I can't just don't try so hard to be something that you're not. Don't worry about what the other person is. What are you doing? Worry about what you're doing. Funny story is, back then, I had to change my username because I went by Philku 2000 because I was born in 2000. So I was like, well, shoot. So I brainstormed it for a few hours. I think 5 hours is when I really brainstormed it. And I was like, okay, I'll go ahead and embrace the name Philku Productions. So I was like, I might as well embrace the name. I mean, I am producing stuff no matter what it is. Whether it's just, me going out traveling different, but giving y'all pictures to check out, or doing video reels, or like doing like other stuff, producing stuff. I mean, pretty much every day we're producing things. So
of course,
that's why I went by Productions. So that's my original name that I came out with in college.
And that becomes your brand.
You know, because I was like, I don't want to come up with anything too crazy. Like, you've seen so many people, like I've seen so many people who like made themselves like with very crazy names and everything. But you know what? I'm just gonna keep my original name going,
Yeah, of
which
course.
is Phil. Nothing wrong with Phil. I mean, that's easy to remember.
It's like straight to the point, professional.
Mhm. So, like I said, I decided to choose Phil because I know I also go by Philip too, but
Mhm.
sometimes people call me Phil, which is fine. So you call me Phil. It's good stuff. I do telling see now thinking back to to Batman Assault on Arkham.
Mhm.
It's like when the Riddler was trying to like outschool Amanda Waller. He was like, "Oh, here's one. What belongs to you, but people use it more than you do? Your name." So,
Oh yeah.
that's that. I was like, "Well, shoot." He called himself the Riddler. I was like, I don't need to have like a crazy name like the Riddler. I'm just going to keep it plain and simple. Just call me Phil.
Yeah.
So, it's easy to remember. I mean, it's nice. But yeah, you want to make sure you can create some kind of brand, make sure you have something established. You want to have some sort of foundation.
Mhm.
I know with me doing all this, I have to fund everything. So that's why I went back to school and have a second degree. Like I'm getting like so many awards by the end of this year. Like
Nice.
I just got certified for PC repair and network technician.
Congrats.
So pretty much I can fix up computers and everything if something happens. But there's so many more awards coming on. I just can't wait to see what else I got in store. But at least I'll have something extra. Listen, if you have to go back to school, go back to school.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's
Nothing
okay
wrong
to
with
have
that.
it's okay to have something extra.
Mhm.
That's one thing I also learned from speaking to you guys. I know you guys have more careers than just voice acting.
Mhm.
Voice acting isn't all that you do. It's just like pretty much you have to think to yourself, I like doing all this, I do, but nothing's coming up right now. So what can we do in the meantime?
Yeah, you got to keep yourself afloat. It's like sometimes you have a really great season where you're booked back to back to back, and you're like, "Great, I could pay rent this month." Or sometimes you'll have some slower seasons where it's like, "Ooh,
Mhm.
we might struggle a little bit. I'm gonna have to pick up something on the side," and that's totally fine. That's just the grind. That's part of the industry, and you gotta you gotta do what you gotta do.
And I just, and it's nice that I have that good mindset now. Didn't have it when I left college because I was just focused on just putting myself out there, just putting stuff. No, but I
Mhm.
didn't take the time to understand the context.
Mm.
And now you see me reading more, researching you guys. And guess what? Some of you guys like these questions I be throwing at you. Because I was like,
Mhm.
wow. One person, they was like, wow, these are very phenomenal questions. Been trying to read more. And I could tell you've been enjoying the questions I've been throwing at you.
Yes.
So I like I
Um,
said, when I have these interviews, I come with receipts. I
no,
come
thank
with
you for
receipts.
having me on. This is great.
I come with receipts, Rochelle. Don't underestimate me. I come with receipts. So, next question. What's one lesson you've learned from working alongside other talented actors, directors, or localization teams?
Is that it is always a learning process. Like, you can take all the classes, never stop taking classes. It is a craft that you will continue to hone for the end of time. It's like there is no cap, there is no limit to what you can do. Just keep growing.
Of course, listen, keep going. Listen. Learning is forever. Learning
Mhm.
is forever. You're gonna learn stuff along the way. You're gonna have some
Yeah.
stumble and falls. You're gonna
Mhm.
have some. Listen, you're gonna make mistakes. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
So you just gotta make sure you know what to do when you make those mistakes. Learn, talk to people, understand their perspectives. Like you have so many people who are going back to classes, going learning stuff. Like there's so much stuff I learned about in our lecture today when I was in school. That got me thinking, and I was like, man, now you got me excited. I got so much to talk about this sort of topic.
Mhm.
So you want to make sure you learn those kind of things so you understand how you can like apply it to like everyday situations
Mhm.
and not just voice acting, but anything.
Everywhere.
Where you go, there's always lessons to be taught. Now, how do you hope your performances connect with audiences on a personal level?
Hmm. I'd say for like the emotional parts, again, going back to catharsis, I will always go back to catharsis. That's like the ancient Greek philosophy.
You gotta have those ancient Greek philosophies.
Exactly. That's the OG. Greeks were the ones that did it first. They had the Greek theater. Yeah, like catharsis was a huge thing for them. So it's like if you connect to a character or a story, or even just living vicariously through a character, because you get all these cool concepts. They live in a fantasy world where all these things don't exist, but they exist for this one character. So just being able to relate and experience this world of wonder, joy, and whimsy, and just enjoy. That's the point of
Yeah.
entertainment, to enjoy it.
Enjoy. Listen, it's important to enjoy entertainment. Listen, every time I talk to somebody, I tell you, no matter what you do, you got more plans ahead of you. Like, it's a big universe out there. Big universe. Just need
Mm-hmm.
to know where you need to start looking.
Mm-hmm.
So, there are so many amazing places you can go. There's
Explore.
so many possibilities, a lot of places, a lot of places I do want to check out at some point. Be like, well, shoot, I can't wait to start a new chapter here. It's
Yeah.
gonna be exciting to see. Oh man, I'm excited about it too. So the more listen, when we talk about these things, I get excited about, oh shoot, I'm gonna do this next. I want to do
Yeah.
this next. So all right, I think we're at the end here, and holy shoot, we've almost talked for 2 hours.
Dang.
Jay,
Look at
I
that.
know. Hey, listen, I like to ramble. That's the reason why I do one of things, but we're having a good time here.
Time flies when you're
So,
having fun.
so nothing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So section 5 is going to be life, reflection, and advice.
Mm.
Now, outside the booth, what hobbies or creative outlets recharge you?
Painting. I love playing video games. I got a PS5. Guys, I've been playing Fortnite. I do love my Fortnite. And this new game, Little Nightmares 3 came out. I've been playing a lot of that. I love scary games. I'm terrible with scary concepts, but I love the feeling of getting scared. And spooky
Listen,
season just finished.
before you saw me, I did posted the Left 4 Dead intro. I was playing Left 4 Dead.
I love Left 4 Dead.
Here's the thing though. Most people have been playing Left 4 Dead lately because Back 4 Blood was terrible.
Yeah, I
It was
heard about that.
like the game itself was bad.
Dang. See, when you first heard the concept about Back 4 Blood, you're like, oh, it's Left 4 Dead revived. We're gonna have so much fun. I've never played it because I've heard everyone say that it's not Left 4 Dead.
No, it's not.
It's
It's not
bad.
Left 4 Dead. It's bad. The other thing too is like I got scared too because there was this thing called the hag in there. If you start a hag, she's gonna eat you and run
Oh,
off with you. She's gonna run off with you in her stomach.
oh
I was
God.
like, oh hell, this is scary.
Well, that's new. That's a new concept.
I was like, what the hell is that? It just
Yeah.
swallowed me and took
Yeah.
off. Oh my god! You should have seen in the comic session when I did a video about this. I showed you my reaction because the comment section did not disappoint. I only took like a screenshot like the first two, and they alone were bangers. There's a whole ton more, but we don't have all night.
Mm-hmm.
Wow! So you startled the hag, and she just got pregnant with you in her stomach.
What? What?
Crazy stuff.
That is crazy.
And
But that is unique.
I guess this is what happens when you just startle someone who just don't want to be startled. You could, there's going to be hell to pay, is what he put in that comment section.
Mm.
So those two were bangers. I was like, what the hell? What you mean? She's pregnant with me in her stomach.
That's wild.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm not playing that game that too because that shit's too scary. And the game wasn't even that good.
Mm.
But yeah, most people are playing Left 4 Dead because listen, in 2021, a lot of people on IGN, they said they've like at least 10 million players went back to Left 4 Dead.
As they should.
It wasn't that good, but yeah, I completed both Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2.
Yeah.
I be putting it on my YouTube page and everything, like streaming walkthroughs. Thing is, I deleted my whole gaming channel
Like,
because I
it's a
wanted to.
goated game. You can always go back to it, and it never gets old.
Of course, yeah, I deleted my gaming channel because I wanted to start all over because I was like, I was so focused on the quantity, not quality. And plus, with this pulling up, I hadn't had time to get back to my gaming channel, so I decided to have everything in one channel. Just to keep it simple.
Yeah.
So, I think my next walkthrough is going to be Sonic Unleashed because that's an old classic. I met Jason Griffin last year. That's an old classic.
Oh, yay!
So, I need to meet Jason. I need to meet Ben Schwartz and Roger Crestman. I did meet Ryan Drummond. He was in my hometown last year, 2024.
Sweet.
So that's 2 Sonics. 2 more to go.
2 more.
So I will catch up to them eventually. So just gotta stay focused. Next, what challenge you faced recently that taught you something new about yourself?
Oh, I went through a job change.
Really?
Well, not for voiceover, but like I went, I have like a side job that I keep just to balance whenever you do have a slower season. So just taking that risk of leaving a company and trying something totally new. It was a good change because now that I have more flexibility, I'm able to do more conventions, and I think this was a good change.
I think sometimes, Reshel, you find yourself out of crossroads and you're trying to figure out, well, what can I do? And I know I think what me and Ethan discussed about when it was like talking about the whole voice acting thing, like, this is not all that I do. There's more stuff that I can do. Sometimes I will switch jobs. And the question you have to ask yourself is, what's the point of all this? And that's like a very deep question. What's the point of all this? Like, am I doing this just to make money? Am I doing this just because it's just a cool job to have? And I know some of you voice actors have that mindset. I like doing it because it's an art and passion. So I think that's the question we always, no matter what you're doing, that's the question you always have to ask yourself. What's the point of all this? And I think I think sometimes do you have those thoughts too?
Sometimes it depends, or it depends on what job you have, but that's never been a question for me for voiceover. It's like I see myself doing this forever. Out of theater, film, and voiceover is my favorite medium out of all the entertainment industries. So I could see myself doing it forever just because I love it, I'm passionate about it, and it never gets old.
Of course,
but like with the job change, it was like, I'm gonna leave. Can I leave security? I've been with this company for a long time. I'm familiar with it, but it's just not for me anymore. And just taking that leap for something better.
I understand, and sometimes you gotta do stuff that's gonna be best for you. But you gotta protect your own peace. Like, how am I gonna be able to do this, keep doing this, and I'll make sure I have the right tools necessary in front of me to keep doing the spectacular thing that you're doing. So I say, I know that was tough, but at least you found something new, and it looks like you enjoy it. So whatever it is, because I know some people just be, I'm just gonna find something and they take me long. But no, you gotta start be like, dude, before you do a job change or you do anything before this affects you, you have to think to yourself and brainstorm what's the description of job I'm doing? Am I going to enjoy this? Make sure you get all the details before you just sign on and start working.
It's like everyone's different also. Some people will jump from job to job, like, I'm going to try this for a little bit, or I'm just going to do this temporarily. For me, I'm like, okay, I just need 2 things to balance in between that I'm going to stick with long term.
Yeah, of course. And I think that just goes for everybody who's doing I think that goes for all the voice actors in the industry. They're just doing jobs as much as they can, especially with all these roles, and just to like show y'all have to find like different things. And like I said before, what can we do in the meantime until something else comes up?
This is true. You get it. Yeah, not a lot of people know that.
No, they don't.
Oh, you're voice actors, you're living life, you're fine, you're set for life. It's like, no.
Like, last person I talked to, he told me that, John Swasey, the voice of All for One, he has a 9-to-5 job.
Yeah, there are some voice actors that do have 9 to 5s.
So it's they're not living in luxury.
Mm-hmm.
It may seem like it, but they have other jobs.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't know until you start talking to them.
Mm-hmm.
So I say we're doing great so far. Like I know I'm doing my thing, you're doing your thing. I'm still going to my original job too, but I'm working hard to get to something even more spectacular.
Yeah,
Especially with me back in school. So I
that's
know
how it
when
is.
like because I know with the whole technology, especially that's going to be needed because technology is evolving so fast.
Mm-hmm.
And and cybersecurity people, they earn like at least over 200K every year.
There you go.
So
Climb that ladder, Phil. Just keep climbing.
exactly, you never know what you're going to find when you get to the top.
Yeah, there is a top. Never stop growing.
There you go. There you go. Oh, how do you personally define success at this stage of your journey?
Wow. See, because of that mindset of there is no top, you know? It's like, yes, you have all these accomplishments. That is the success. Where you are in your career, all these credits, all these experiences you're getting, that's fantastic. Never stop. Keep growing. Keep getting success. It's like there's always success. No matter how small or big the win is a win, you know? And that's success.
Of course, win is a win. Like you listen, you may get small victories every day, but
Mhm.
small
But every
victories
little one of those count.
they count. They count. Like remember what I said about enjoying the small moments in life.
Exactly.
Yeah, like in no rush. I'm in no rush. Like I said before, I'm in no rush. I'm enjoying the path that I'm on. Everything's going great. California's gonna have to wait, which is fine. I can keep doing my thing until then. So I'm in no rush here.
Mm-hmm.
So get the picture. Now, number 24 for aspiring voice actors, especially those from unre- underrepresented
Mm-hmm.
backgrounds, what advice would you give about staying confident and authentic?
Just keep living life, keep doing you. Don't try to embody somebody else because only you can do you and only you can bring your experiences to the table. Just be authentically yourself. Take those classes. Acting's very important. Don't forget vocal rest. Vocal rest is important. Don't blow out your voice. You need that in this industry. You need that. And be
Definitely.
authentically yourself.
Yeah, don't try so hard to be something that you're not.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen so many people fall into that trap,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't end well for them.
Yeah. It's like
So like,
find what you're good at and just make that your thing. That's your specialty. This is what makes you special, and only you can bring that to a role.
of course, exactly. Just be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, what's next for you? Any roles or creative goals, or what's next for you for voice acting these next few years? Anything exciting to explore?
I have exciting news. I can't spoil it yet. This is like I got a casting email, but I won't be able to share it until maybe a few months later. New announcements coming out this week, though. Go watch the Chainsaw Man movie. I don't have any upcoming conventions soon, but I will say if anyone does want to meet me, please go to your local conventions websites, request me as a guest because I want to meet you. I want to go to Georgia. I haven't been there. So
I'll still be here. It's kind of tricky with those emails. I send so many emails out to those
mhm,
conventions. And last time when I tried to recommend Mauricio and Kaylee Mills, they
mhm.
didn't budge. They didn't budge.
Yeah,
But
get
now
more
that
people
then,
on it. It's like get
but
my
now
people on
the
this.
thing is, they read across the bridge where I am in Savannah.
Mhm.
Like Savannah, listen, Rochelle, Savannah is a great city. You should come check it out sometime.
Okay.
It's across the bridge. They remodeled the whole convention center. They have a parking garage now.
Let's go.
So yeah, I think the more they do that, they're breaking more big names to the
Yeah.
to Savannah. Like you got people like because like I said, Emily Neese,
Mhm.
Jade Saxon, Mallory Rodak, and
Yeah.
Kari Ellis are going to be in my hometown next week.
They're making moves. They're making moves.
But I was going to give up hope on my hometown, but I was like, Like I said before, I gotta stop looking at gift horse in the mouth. And when they said those names, they got my attention.
Well, they're learning. It's like a lot of people don't see the big appeal of bringing voice actors sometimes, or like conventions don't want to do all that jazz.
That's what
So
I
it's
be
like this
saying.
is what the people want, man. Do what the people want.
Yeah. Now I'll try. Listen, I'll be telling this is to everybody else, and you're gonna laugh at this, Reshel. I said I'm preaching to the choir. So I'm doing.
It just made me think of K-pop Demon Hunters.
Being a K-pop, there's actually another May. I think her name is May. No wait, May Hong or something. What's her name? That was in Demon Hunters. That's not her. Wait,
Ooh.
I think it was. Hold on, let me pull her up right quick because I know who I'm talking about because she's gonna be there. That's it? May Hong. Yes, she's in K-pop. She's gonna be at Anime Week in Atlanta.
Sweet.
So I might be able to catch her too.
There you go.
I'm telling you, the more these guys come, the more I want to have some genuine conversations with them. And listen, before Anime Weekend kicks off, I also came out with at least 2 to 3 questions for them.
Nice.
I told you I come prepared.
Yeah, you do.
I mean,
As you
listen,
should.
when I was at MomoCon last year, I came in an amateur hour. I was an amateur. But you learn, right? As you grow.
Learn. You learn and you grow.
Because now I have like so much expensive equipment on me. I got my microphones, my GoPro camera now. So yeah,
Nice. It's like you got to start somewhere.
So I be coming with a lot of stuff these days. They be like, phew, they got so much geek gear on you. It's just me recording my experience. I mean, trust me, when I go to like different places, because now my dad is talking about you should bring your GoPro camera to Japan and start recording stuff. So I got 5 weeks ago, I got an SD card. I need a new one. So hey, listen,
experience.
Hey, listen, ever since March, I've been making a lot of Best Buy runs. So, because like I said, I had to research and be like, what else am I missing? And I was like, people are using body cameras and GoPro cameras these days. So I picked one up. It was like $491.
Jeez.
Plus,
yeah,
I said,
get expensive.
But I did save my money for that.
Nice.
So I was like, let me just go ahead and get it now because they're not going to be on sale next week. So I had the money to get it. So listen, sometimes you always got to spend your money on, you don't have to do the wants, do the needs. Like shoot, like 2 weeks ago, I had to get my tire fixed on my car because it was leaking air.
Oh gosh.
It wasn't that bad. It was only like $144.
Okay, yeah, not too bad.
So, but yeah, you get all kinds of stuff that you need to get to make sure that you got what you need to go through your own thing. So, like I said before, like I wanted my hands to be free. You saw me posted that I got a new microphone because I was like, all this talking with trying to hold the microphone up to my mouth, it's starting to get exhausting, and my arm gets to get tired. And like I said, hands are free here, and you can hear me perfectly fine. So,
yeah, it sounds great. I talk with my hands all the time. You just saw it.
There you go. So I was like, I want my hands to be free. Maybe those microphones I can use again at a later time, but I might need to stick to using this for a bit. And it works. So, but yeah, really, I'm really excited. Hopefully you do come this way. I do want listen. I like I said before, every time when I go to those emails, I start preaching to the choir. And be like, can you please bring this person here? Listen, I don't care. Like, do you know how many videos I did talking about the voice actors going to be at these conventions, and so many of them like my videos? A lot of them.
Yeah.
You should have seen the look on Emily Nee's face, and I actually have a video that's on my YouTube page if you want to check that out later. She saw the video, and she liked all the videos I've been putting up. When I met her up close in person, she recognized who I was.
Oh, that's so sweet.
She's probably gonna recognize me again when I beat her at Savannah Superstar Comic Con again. I was like, because now I know like people like AJ Bagels and Nair's crew know this and everything. I'm like, are these guys following me? Usually the fans follow the voice actors, not the other way around. I'm just minding my own business. It is what it is. But
making that connection. You made that connection.
But yeah, I'm really excited to see what the new project is. Don't tell me.
I won't tell you. I can't.
Because I don't want you.
Hands aside.
I don't want you to lose your job over this. I want to be surprised when it happens.
Okay.
So
Just keep an eye out. There will be a couple announcements coming soon.
yeah, remember, I'm one of the good ones. I want to make sure I respect you guys' rules. If you can't say anything, don't say nothing. Don't do it. But yeah, hopefully one of these days I'll be able to meet you at a convention and everything. And because I do want to get up close in person and have another conversation like that. But but before this is over, I think did you enjoy this conversation? The questions I threw at you?
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, Phil.
I always ask my guests if they enjoyed something. They did enjoy themselves. I got to do better next time. Make sure if there's any improvements I need to do. But overall, I think it was a good evening. Everything worked out. Everything was great. You listen, but like he told me, you said you are very, very excited and all that stuff. It's very, very sweet lady.
Thank you.
So hopefully at some point I'll meet you at a convention. But in the meantime, let's just keep doing what makes us happy.
Yes. And keep growing.
There you go.